What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? How y'all doing? Just hitting y'all with this Wednesday dose. Just tapping in on a little usually Wednesday how I do it. Y'all know how I do it. Yeah, but yeah, man. I just wanted to make a little video about this little war that's going on over there in Europe. European people, so-called European versus European, right? So yeah, I wanted to talk about that, man, and how I think a lot of this stuff is a smoke screen, man. I think a lot of this stuff is strictly a distraction, for sure. And, yeah, a lot of this stuff is a distraction, man, and we basically can't, we got to keep our eyes on the ball and really focus on the real prize. I mean, look at the inflation, look at the gas, look at everything. This is all done by design. He's trying to act like he fumbled the ball, and he's trying to decide, who to basically get the oil from and stuff like that. But see, the thing is, we get oil. It's crazy because we get oil. There's places in this country that generate oil. So I don't understand what the whole I don't understand what the whole uh, fumble and stumble, and let me see who I could, get the best oil. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, and look at how the media's spinning it. The media's narrative is just like basically deal with it. They basically telling you all this stuff to, telling you this to get normal, to normalize you with the fact, of these high ass prices, man, and this, right? You know, it's just to normalize you, man, and to put it in your, put it in the perspective like, okay, this is something that you got to deal with. This is something that's gonna, it's gonna be going on for a while. This is a long This is gonna be a long time coming. I mean, that's the basically the root of that, and that's how I take it. Um, but don't believe that media, man. Don't believe their twist on it and their spin on it, man. Don't believe that because these people are paid to promote propaganda and hit you with the propaganda because you got to look at it like this. You have to look at it like this, man. You know, every you know what I'm saying? Every war is for something, right? Every distraction is for something, right? Because we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't really know what these people got planned. 30 years ago, now we don't really know. And it's a sad thing. It's a crazy situation because that's kind of dangerous. I would say, um, I would say it's dangerous, to the extent of um, you know, just anything that comes down the pipe in the future, man. But I mean, excuse my, I mean, I'm backtrack. I mean, this is not. I don't even think this is real. I think a lot of this is smoke screen. So therefore, we don't have nothing to worry about. I'm not going to believe the media and the hype and the nuclear this, and it's just So we had Serbia that was it Serbia and Kosovo in '92. You know what? You know what I'm saying? In the '40s, you had World War II. So it's just, I mean, and there was there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of things regarding that war that was really suspect if you really go back to the World War II, and even the Gulf of Tonkin situation and incident with Vietnam, right? The false flag incident with that. But they're saying that their soldiers, the soldiers shot, Vietnam soldiers, or the Viet Congress, basically, started firing weapons at the U.S. Boats and stuff like that first, and all that, which wasn't true. So I mean, you get the 9/11 thing. 20 years or 20 something years later down the line, you get more of the truth. You get, I mean, it's the same with that. I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised, man. give this a little bit of time, you're gonna really hear what the real agenda is and why it went down, how, right, who, what, where, how, why. You're gonna really see that, and it's crazy though, man, because a lot of people aren't, they ain't paying attention. They're not, people ain't really hip to this, man, because you know, I think what I'm saying, that the social media and the media stuff like that really hits people. A lot of people being their emotion on their emotional tip and not on a intellectual critical thinking tip. So right along with that, right away, they're going to get that. They're going to take that and perceive, certain things, on the news in an emotional way, in a panicky emotional type way, which you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, um, anybody ever seen that movie Wag the Dog? It's the perfect example of that kind of situation, right? You know what I mean? You stage something, right? Um, you stage something and make it look like it's real, and um, yeah, man. I mean, I'm just not surprised, but there's a couple reasons why I think that this is real suspect. For one, the news. You got the news media out there. This is a real incident, a real situation to the point where, you know, they was really getting invaded. Why would the media still be there, right? And then, you know, it's weird because the guy's supposed to be Jewish, Zelensky or whatever. The president or whatever of that country is supposed to be a Jewish guy, but then they got Nazi little regiments and stuff like that in the army. So, or whoever the forces, whoever those groups are, and I think that's really strange. Why would you be, you being um, a Jewish, what's that, a Jewish president, right? Or whatever, you know what I'm saying, ruler, whatever. Why would you do that? And then, and then it just don't make, and then allow that. It just don't make no sense to me. I know. I mean, come on, you got to call bullshit when you see it, man. You can't just be, you know what I mean, to the point where it's just like, don't be naive and ignorant. That's exactly what I feel, that we being really naive, man. And that's why I'm just like tripping off the situation. Like, these people can't be serious. You see what I'm saying? Meanwhile, this guy still remained in the country, the president, right? Why would you still, there's no kind of, I mean, if that's the case, wouldn't they, I mean, what's up? If that's the case, wouldn't the media or anybody, fear that these groups might take them hostage or anything? Or I just don't know, man. It's just, you really got to think with a critical thought, man, and critical thinking, man, because it just don't add up. When it don't add up, it don't add up, man. 2 plus 2 is 4, right? It is 4. I mean, but what do y'all think? I mean, I seen I'm gonna play something right now that somebody pointed out to me and showed me, man. It's a crazy little video, man. Hold up. Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna share my screen right now. Exactly. Yeah, it's real thrown off. It really is, man. It's just, and then nobody talking about no COVID stuff no more, right? It's just like we forgot about that. Dog boss, what up? What up? What's your opinions on this stock, boss? What you think? My bad, I didn't turn what's the name on. Okay, hold up.
At least 59 people killed, at least 149 people wounded. Those numbers are going to go up. There's just no question about that. I mean, you have fierce fighting in a number of locations around the country. You mentioned Chernobyl. Russian forces quickly overtaking that area. We understand they are still in control. The other thing that went down today that was of huge importance was Russian paratroopers went into an airfield 15 miles outside of Kyiv, and for a short period of time this afternoon, we're going to use the at least 59.
So if these bodies are supposed to be, if people are supposed to be dead or laid out,
no question about
and what is
that.
this guy doing?
Getting
up
in a
and
number of
walking
locations
around
the country.
Watch
You
the guy in
mentioned
the
Chernobyl.
background.
Russian forces quickly overtaking that area. We understand they are still in control. The other thing that went down today that was of huge importance was Russian paratroopers went into an airfield 15 miles outside of Kyiv, and for a short period of time this afternoon, we're going to use the at least 59 people killed, at least 149 people wounded. Those numbers are going to go up. There's just no question about that. I mean, you have fierce fighting in a number of locations around the country. You mentioned Chernobyl. Russian forces quickly overtaking that area. We understand.
So, I mean, what do y'all think about that, man? Did y'all see that video? What about this? You know what I'm saying? So, do y'all know that the president, Zelensky, or whatever the guy's name is, don't you know he's an actor and a comedian? He's an actor and a comedian. Let me show y'all. Let me see. Hold up. So y'all see this? Hold up. Let me share my screen, man. So this guy's an actor. I mean, so how are we supposed to believe this Kate? If you're an actor, you acting, right? How do we know when you acting when you're not, right? I mean, I don't know. My bad. Where'd it go? Y'all see that? Man, I mean, what do y'all think about this, man? I mean, these dudes. Oh man, it's a bad script to me, man. That's what it sounds like, man. It seems like it's a bad script. What do y'all think, man? But Doc Boss said it is a distraction, man. It's exactly what this is. You know. Hold up.
You had a vision. Is this what you want?
You don't understand the business.
You don't understand the science. Everyone out there is terrified.
We're not going to stop you.
If I testify, I may never work again.
I'm sorry about that.
Всім доброго ранку.
Good morning, Ukrainians. Currently, there are a lot of games appearing on the internet, like that I'm asking our army to put down arms and evacuate. So I am here. We are not putting down arms. We will be defending our country because our weapon is truth. And our truth is that this is our land, our country, our children, and we will defend all of this. That is it. That is all I wanted to tell you. Glory to Ukraine.
Big development this morning in the effort to arm the Ukrainians with fighter jets, MiGs, right here.
Excuse me, my bad. It is an order out of chaos. Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. Let me play this real quick. Exactly, Doug Boss, exactly. 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 Hold on. Damn, my bad. My bad.
Ukrainian officials' remark on people with blue eyes and blonde hair being killed sparks racism row. Russia-Ukraine war news updates. In an interview, Ukraine's deputy chief prosecutor said he was very emotional because European people with blue eyes and blonde hair were being killed daily. This comment has attracted criticism for being racist.
Just a quick word from our sponsor.
At Wiener Schnitzel, we've taken the corn dogs everyone loves
Sorry about that.
And shrunk them to make delicious new honey battered mini corn dogs.
My bad. I don't know what the hell. That was burnt, man. But yeah, but sorry about that. I'm trying to, damn. But yeah, man. So I just think, man, it's you know, damn, that's true. They lose the war on COVID, so then they take you down. I mean, the dude is an actor, man. You know, him or somebody was saying some comments about you know, this is happening to blonde hair, blue eyes people. You see what I'm saying? Why is it not letting me? Yeah, this is what weird, man. But I mean, what do y'all think though? It should sound like a, you know, double standard, man. It sounds like a double standard to me, man. Hold up, y'all. And then they got a Nazi, you know, some of them are Nazis or whatever. In the army, they got a little battalion or whatever. That's not. I mean, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. But you know, they don't call that out though. The main, you know, lamestream media ain't talking about that. Y'all notice that. Y'all notice that, man. I mean, you know, as far as I'm concerned, the media is the enemy, man. I'm telling you. Don't trust the media, man. Like, you know. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's very emotional for me because I see European people with blue eyes and blonde hair being killed, children being killed every day with Putin's missiles and his helicopters and his rockets.
And so, of course, I understand and respect the emotion. What you were outlining there is this tension between longer-term efforts to apply pressure to Vladimir Putin, such as financial sanctions, and the very immediate military threat which you're experiencing.
It's very emotional for me because I see European people with blue eyes and blonde hair being killed, children being killed every day with Putin's missiles and his helicopters and his rockets.
And so, of course, I understand and respect the emotion. What you were outlining there is this tension between longer-term efforts to apply pressure to Vladimir Putin, such as financial sanctions, and the very immediate military threat which you're experiencing.
Let me share my screen again. Oh, this is my bad.
There's cheese on a burger, and then there's cheese on a cheeseburger. Too much?
Nah, don't miss the Red Robin Cheese Lovers lineup.
Red Robin. Yum. We probably don't want to be rubbing shoulders with organized far-right militant groups that have, that are very open about it. I mean, you can go right now and view on YouTube their videos of their trainings, the very forward symbolism. They're not hiding this stuff.
Canadian diplomats and soldiers in Ukraine took an unusual meeting in June of 2018, one that's now coming to light. It was a meeting with one of the paramilitary units raised to fight off the Russian invasion of Ukraine's eastern provinces. One problem, that unit, the Azov Battalion, has been linked to neo-Nazism, and the Canadian military knew.
Велику, могутню і собор. Слава нації!
An Ottawa Citizen report says Canadian forces in Ukraine produced a briefing in 2017 saying members of the Azov Battalion identified themselves as Nazis. But the June 2018 meeting happened anyway, with a Canadian forces colonel and diplomatic staff attending. The battalion published pictures on social media saying Canadian representatives expressed their hopes for, quote, further fruitful cooperation. In a statement, the Department of National Defense says they are strongly opposed to the glorification of Nazism and all forms of racism, racial discrimination, xenophobia, intolerance, and extremism, adding, "Our official position remains that we are not, nor will we be providing support to Azov and affiliated entities." Brad Galloway with the Center for Hate, Bias, and Extremism has studied the Azov Battalion. He says that while some neo-Nazi groups prefer to be discreet with their imagery, the Azov Battalion is more forthright. German news found members of the unit sporting SS symbols and swastikas, and Azov prominently places the wolf's hook and black sun, two symbols favored by the Nazis, on its crest.
Maybe there's a wing of them that want to tone it down a little bit so it's playable in North America. That could be one aspect of it. But I think with the way they're doing things over in Europe, I think it's as advertised.
Galloway says what concerns him most is the Canadian government underestimating the reach of groups like the Azov Battalion. Similar to Canadians who join ISIS, Galloway warns that alienated far-right Canadians may see the Azov Battalion as a chance to turn ideology into action.
Some risk I see is that guys giving up on the movement in North America and saying, well, we should organize and go to Eastern Europe where we can actually do something, we can make a difference. And that's I think a huge risk.
In Ottawa, Shaoli Lee, City News.
There you go, man. There you have it, right? Yeah, that's part of the plan. We have to be mindful that both sides are in the propaganda game. Yep, what I said is order out of chaos. Exactly. This is part of the plan. Just a few weeks ago, they wanted you to hate your neighbor because they wasn't vaccinated. Now they want you to care about what's going on in Ukraine, man. Make it make sense. Woo, that's true. That's true. Like I'm wanted to quote what somebody said. That's true. That's true. You know what I'm saying? Look at how we was treating our family and our friends and stuff like that. People was being treated, right? Some months ago, right? Last year and all this, because they wasn't jabbed or whatever the case is, or whatever the case was, right? But see, we hop on the bandwagon so much, we're so politically lazy and intellectually lazy too, that we hop on the bandwagon so much and so quick that it's just ridiculous how we do it, man. That we just getting paid and played, we're getting played. For the most part, it's just like we can't realize it and see. You see what I'm saying? It's one script after another. We don't see the movie simulation type thing. So so they're telling you who to have humanity for, right? We're so conditioned. They're telling you who to have humanity for. On Christmas, they're telling you who to buy grocery gifts for. On Halloween, right? On Thanksgiving, they're telling you telling you a day when to get together with your people and eat. You know what I mean? Valentine's Day, they're telling you when to spend money on your your loved one or your spouse. I mean, we're that conditioned, man. It's that bad. It's that bad, man. It's that bad. It's really bad. It's horrible, man. If you really think about it. I mean, that's just like, damn, dude, conditioned to the utmost. I mean, so we got to really, just be mindful, man, and just pay attention to the fact that, this is they're paying us. Playing us, and it don't matter. I agree, man. It don't matter what side. It don't matter Democrat, Republican, none of that, man. It doesn't matter. Seeing us broke and seeing us on the bottom. That's the name of the game for both of them, right? They both want to see us on the bottom. They both want to see us broke. That's the name of the game for both. So I can't really call it and act like one is is different from the other when it comes down to that. I can't, because they neither one of them wants to see us with anything, right? Neither one of us wants to see. I was talking to somebody about this earlier. Neither one of them wants to see any of us with any real wealth. Neither one of them, you see what I'm saying, wants to see us succeed them and go past them. That's the whole thing. The greed, man, and the selfishness, and we a nation of that, man. We definitely a nation of that. But we're definitely a nation of bandwagon people. We hop on the bandwagon so quick. As soon as somebody tells us to do what to worship or how to do this or how to do that, we're on it, man. We really, we don't hesitate, man. Out of every group too, we seem like we're the worst, man. It's just like, you can't follow. I mean, there's just the following, and the lack of leadership, man, is bad to me. The lack of leadership is real bad to me, because it's just like, what is that teaching you, man? What is that, we supposed to be teaching our kids, you know what I'm saying, and prepping them how to be leaders. So if you're the follower, who are you gonna? It's just a weird situation, man. But yeah, you can't really, you can't really, go too far with this. I mean, I just think it's a bunch of bullshit, because and it's another thing too, with this whole this whole thing. Why how come they didn't evacuate this guy out of the country yet? Why is he still in the country? Why is the president still there? Why it just doesn't make no sense. The journalists, I don't know why any kind of media is there. If it's really a potential threat, if they're really bombing and doing all this stuff like they were saying on the news, I don't understand. That's another thing. This is another thing. Oil. This has a lot to do with resources, man. And oil is a resource. This has a lot to do with that. Oil is a resource. That is a big resource, right? Oil has a lot to do with this. So yeah, man. Let me see. Let's see. All right, this is for Fair Use Act 1976 for commentary purposes only.
Not exactly.
My bad, sorry about that.
Just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morris. The Legend arrives only in theaters at PG-13.
Edward deep. Hold deeper. Deep.
Sorry about that,
When all you can pizza is think about it.
The Ukrainian people and made it clear we will not be part of subsidizing Putin's war. We made this decision in close consultation with our allies and our partners around the world, particularly in Europe, because a united response to Putin's aggression has been my overriding focus, to keep all NATO and all of the EU and our allies totally united. We're moving forward with this ban, understanding that many of our European allies and partners may not be in a position to join us. The United States produces far more oil domestically than all the European countries combined. In fact, we're a net exporter of energy. So we can take this step when others cannot.
Sorry about that, yo.
All right, so no questions again, and he says there's a lot more that needs to be made clear. He was very clear on a couple of things, and David Asman is here with me from Fox Business, fast and furiously fact checking.
Well, he was very clear in saying, making the same misstatements that Jen Psaki did, saying that we have the highest oil production ever right now. Anybody can look it up on the website. EIA, it's the official energy statistics. In December 2019, we were producing 12.9 million barrels of oil a day. In December 2021, we were producing 11.5 million barrels a day. It's a 1.5 million barrel per day drop since December 2019.
That's true.
The Trump administration.
Monel, that's so
Fact
true.
is, we are not producing as much oil as we could, and we could ramp up our oil production to easily replace what we're not getting from Russia.
Well, and that's critical to know because the facts matter here.
Yeah.
Like, our enemies look at that and they know the truth. Venezuela knows, oh my goodness, we can do a little bit of a jig today because America's going to buy some oil from us. I don't know, maybe Iran's thinking the same thing.
Well,
and look, the Saudis are over there. They're listening to the president get ready to beg for more release from OPEC.
And what are the Chinese thinking? I think the Chinese are thinking, oh boy, we get to sneak in some Russian oil because we can go under the radar, get the oil in there at a discount while Americans are spending a fortune more on oil. We get oil cheaper here by dealing with the Russians.
All right, Peter Doocy, correspondent often in those briefings, as we know, asking those questions. So as he was talking, the president, Peter sent this out. The White House has said, we don't have strategic interest in cutting off Russian oil. I know where he's going here, but I want to give you a couple of examples. Today is?
The 8th.
Okay, so the 3rd, okay. Jen Psaki, White House press secretary, said, we don't have a strategic interest in reducing the global supply of energy, and that would raise prices at the gas pump for the American people. On the 2nd, we don't have a strategic interest in reducing the global supply of energy. That was the deputy press secretary. Also, our objective is to ensure that there is the greatest economic pain on Russia and not on the Russian people, but on President Putin, and to minimize the impact on the American people. So, they have said time and time again, what changed? It could not have been the horrible...
Minimizing the effects, that's maximizing the effects. It's messing, like you just said, that's messing things up for other countries too. These gas prices, this is crazy, man. And Biden's talking about, they're going to keep going up and all. See, that's the thing, man. These people predict and they're letting you know. They're telling on this stuff when they say stuff like that. They're letting you know this is by design. How do you know they're going to go up? Because you're making them go up. You see what I'm saying? You're doing whatever you're doing to make them go up. That's all that is, man. That's all that is, man. We got to really just face reality, man. Face the facts, man. These people, they, like I said, man, they don't want us to have nothing, man. They, and see, why would you? The thing is, if you're getting oil from Russia, why would you put sanctions on them? See, this don't make no sense. We gotta really think critically when it comes down to stuff like this. Why would you put sanctions on them if you can still getting oil from them? I mean, I'm telling you, man. This could be, Biden had that talk and Putin had that talk like a couple months ago, right? This could be what they was talking about, man. I mean, this could be all scripted, man, for what we know, man, and just like make it seem like these two really, don't get along, and it's really tensions between us and them, and I don't know. I just find that odd. You can put sanctions and stuff like that when you're still getting imports from these people. When you still, it just don't make no sense to me, man. I don't know. It's just like, I mean, I don't know, man. We don't be thinking outside the box, man. A lot of times, man, we just believe in the BS. We don't be reading. We don't really do our due diligence when it comes down to information. So
horrible images and realities of death and war, because those have been going on for 13 days. What do you think was the calculus to get the president to this point?
Because of the fact that they're blaming the price increases on Russia. All of the price increases. As I mentioned before, in December long before the
That sounds
invasion actually
political,
took
David.
place. It was a very political calculation, I think, on their part. You listen to what Jen Psaki said. She's blaming Russia, the Russian invasion, on the gas price increases. You go back to November of 2020 and look at gas prices right during the election in November of 2020. Average gas prices were $2.11 a gallon. Now, yes, that was during the pandemic and prices went down because people weren't traveling as much. But you go back to right before the pandemic, 2019, prices never got above $3 a gallon. As soon as Biden came into office, prices spiked, not only at the gas pump, but also oil prices spiked. And they've been going up continuously long before the invasion was even in our calculation. So the idea that this is all can be blamed, all the price increases can be blamed on the Russian invasion is just incorrect. Go ahead, look at EIA. EIA is the official energy statistics on gas prices, on oil production. You can see that everything they're saying to blame gas price increases just on the Russian invasion is wrong. It's wrong, incorrect, and also oil production is not at its highest levels ever. It was much higher in December 2019 than it is now.
All right, we're taking a look, obviously, and we can take that picture up on screen of Air Force One. The president said he was getting ready to head to Texas. He's going to Naval Air Station, Joint Reserve Base, Fort Worth, to meet with the Secretary of Veterans Affairs. He'll talk about VA healthcare and Texas. What role does Texas play in oil?
Pretty big role.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll talk about oil.
Bigger role. But again, it's just these oil companies are right now. You saw the president put the squeeze on them, saying it's all their fault. All their fault.
You think
He just said
price controls are coming because that would hurt.
The bottom line is when you hear the president talk about price gouging by oil companies, what's the next step for a politician who doesn't understand how markets work? It's price controls. Price controls, one thing that's always true about price controls, they lead to shortages. Private companies will not produce something at a loss because otherwise they lose money. If we have more shortages than we have those long gas lines that we had during the oil embargo in 1970s, where you also had price controls. We're going to see not only higher prices, but long lines to get gas.
Look, a lot of people want to.
Sorry about that.
Joining me now, as he does every fortnight, to give us the facts on all things energy and climate is founder and president of the Centre for Industrial Progress, Alex Epstein. Alex, let's start with the world's richest man, Elon Musk. He is reportedly worth well over $220 billion US, but despite being heavily invested in electric vehicles, he has come out calling for greater oil and gas production. He tweeted, "Hate to say it, but we need to increase oil and gas output immediately. Extraordinary times demand extraordinary measures. Obviously, this would negatively affect Tesla, but sustainable energy solutions simply cannot react instantaneously to make up for Russian oil and gas exports." Alex, what do you think of that?
I think a lot of things of that. I mean, so in a sense, it's okay, right? I mean, it's good that he's saying something positive, but Elon Musk is really one of the villains who has been pressuring the US and other countries to restrict the supply of fossil fuel production without a replacement for that supply. And so what happens when you restrict the domestic supply of something vital is you depend on a foreign supply. And now everyone is surprised that when you restrict domestic supply, you depend on foreign supply, and then it's an emergency. Then the other thing I object to about what he's talking about is, why is it just an emergency when our prices go up? What about the perpetual emergency that 5 billion poor people live in? They need energy too, and they need it as quickly as possible. And if sustainable energy, quote unquote, can't support them, why isn't that a moral imperative? Why is it just annoying when it inconveniences us? So I just think there are billions of people who are left out of this conversation, and everyone is being pretty short range, and they're also being very narrow minded. Like, oh, if we have a problem, now it's immediate, now we're upset. Versus thinking about this issue in a long range, wide range way, which honestly I've been trying to do for a long time.
Well, you're absolutely right, but Elon Musk is heavily invested in a particular sector, so you can understand why he's pushing these policies. But why are our politicians doing it? Because they're supposed to be looking out for all of us. And senior US officials travelled to Venezuela over the weekend, seeking to ease the hostile relationship between the two countries and discuss the possibility of importing Venezuelan oil once again. I mean, this is just crazy stuff. It's supposed to soften the blow if there's a oil embargo on Russia. But Alex, this is just shameful stuff to have the Biden administration begging a country like Venezuela for oil. And as Florida Governor Ron DeSantis put it, this just legitimizes President Maduro's communist regime and emphasizes the importance of increasing domestic energy production.
I 100% agree. And you know, what you just asked is really important. Why have politicians done this? And I think it has to deal with the short range nature of it, of the way they think. Like they think, hey, I want to do something symbolic that makes me look good now and doesn't destroy anything now. And so what do? What did Biden do as soon as he got in office? He shut down the Keystone XL pipeline and he put a leasing ban in place. Now, those didn't immediately stop anything, but they're part of a trend of doing something that has long-term destructive consequences. But there's this short-term symbolism. But again, the bottom line is very simple. If you ban something, if you ban domestic production and you don't have a replacement, then you depend on foreign production, and then down the line, you go begging to Venezuela. It's so simple. And so that's why we need to be very long range and really reject these people who are short range and not just say, hey, what can we do now? But really look back and say, hey, who's responsible? And it's all the people who are against domestic production, Joe Biden, Elon Musk, and millions more.
Now, Texas Governor Greg Abbott, he's another one who's come out and slammed the Biden administration. He said that instead of begging other countries for oil, Biden can just get out of the way and Texas can easily produce enough oil to reduce gas prices. But that's not happening, Alice. Is there any environmental benefit for importing oil from foreign nations instead of increasing your own productions? I wonder if you're actually not reducing your usage, what's the net benefit to the environment?
Well, I don't exactly think of it in those terms, but I mean, obviously importing Russian oil with Russian practices and then all the energy involved in moving something on a tanker, this is not any victory for anything except, of course, for Russia. And I generally agree with what Governor Abbott is saying, but it's important that to have plentiful, reliable energy is a long-term process. You need to make investments years in advance. And what people are doing now is they're so upset because we've been throttling production for years and now we're paying the consequences, and they want to know, hey, what can I do right now so that everything goes back to normal? You can't do that. You can't have functioning industries that have been gutted and then just magically resurrect them. So the key is to stop doing what you're doing. And in particular, what he can do immediately, what Biden can do, is stop threatening the industry. He's saying, hey, I want more production. Here's all these leases. But he's threatening them with destruction. He says, I will end fossil fuel. Why is anyone going to move forward with any long-term project when this anti-oil maniac is in office?
Right.
And we're seeing the impact of that right here.
I mean, you know, the Keystone Pipeline. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot to mention that they stopped working on that. I mean, you got him actually saying gas prices are going to go up. Trump said this a while back. One of those campaigns, he was talking about Biden getting. I remember that he said Biden getting gas is going to be $7 a gallon. He wasn't like, dude, it's damn near getting there, man. I'm telling you, in some places, the states, it is $7. It's just, I mean, I don't know, man. I seen it $6 out here. I never seen it that high like that before in my life, man. No matter where you live, it's just, I don't know what to call it. It's just a real weird situation, man. But it's not weird. It's all by design. Order out of chaos, problem, reaction, solution. That's what they did from the start with this too. And start working on that pipeline. You got to really know and just use your common sense with all this stuff. You got to really just use your common sense, man. And I just don't see how nobody people don't understand this, and people don't get it. I really don't. Excuse me, man. But damn, what Monel said, he said they made trillions of dollars off this COVID. Yeah, big pharma. Now it's the oil and gas industry turn, following the money. Ooh, that's bars right there. That's bars right there, man. That's big bars right there. That makes a lot of sense. That make a lot of sense. That make a lot of sense, man. I mean, Follow the money, man. Follow the money. You know, and that's a good point. You know, and that's why the narrative switch, right? You know, they changed the narrative, right? They changed. You see what I'm saying? You know, the modus operandi. They switch everything, you know, into where we're not really talking about this no more. You see what I'm saying? Because, like he just said, they just made trillions of dollars off of them. You know, they made their money. Now it's that's true. It's the oil industry, yep, and the gas industry. It's just, man. I mean, and see the thing, you know who? I mean, I'm just looking at this like, damn. And it's just, you people going to work, people going to school, and people. It's another thing too. You left distracted, and you're left kind of like, you see what I'm saying? Left kind of, like, just distracted, and have a lot going. You have a lot going on to the point where you're not thinking about this. You're not thinking about. You see what I'm saying? You're not thinking about, 101 ways, how your government screw you and mislead you and lie to you and bullshit you, right? You're not thinking about none of that. You're not thinking about none of that at all, man. You got so much going on on the daily. How could somebody think about that, man? It's just like, I mean, damn, man. I just don't even know, man. I don't even know what to tell y'all, man. And I'm just really tripping off the situation, man. Really just tripping off the situation. I mean, this is like, that's not good, For the most part, this is not good. It's just like, I mean, what do y'all think, What do y'all think about this situation? I mean, I just think that this is just like, I mean, it's just like, what else could get worse? But see, and you notice how the inflation came, right? But then the inflation for, groceries and food and stuff like that came, right? And then you had the shortages some years back and all that, right? But then the inflation for the food and groceries came, and now the inflation for the gas. It's just all by design, man. It really is all by design. Shouldn't the government be trying to find ways to make your life easier, to make things cheaper, right? To make things more affordable? But see, they're not doing it. So that lets you know who is this government, who are they really working for themselves, right? And for the shadow government, people that me and you can't see. I mean, I'm just like, we got to really see this for what it is, man. We really got to see this for what it is. I'm just like tripping off the fact, of the situation. So, I mean, let me know, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'm about to get off here, but I mean, this is all a distraction. I've been saying this, man. My platform, I said something, and then other people's, I mentioned this too. It's all a distraction, man. It's all, trust me, by design. They want to make it to where, they cause inflation, they cause all this stuff, and they want to blame it on Russia. They want to blame it on the war. It's a strategy, man. It's a clever little strategy, man, because they know that most people don't read, most people don't think outside the box. So, why would, people, think that it would even come down to that, right? Why would people even think it'd come down to that? That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what one thing about this so-called country, man. It's all about capitalism, capitalist society. For the most part, man, and real bad too. This is a real big capitalist society. So that's why you really got to just, take it with a grain of salt, man, and just take everything like, man, you just got to really protect, your loved ones and your resources and stuff like that, man. Because this is, I just don't, I mean, I get it though. It's politics, man. It's just corruption. It's greed. There's a lot of reasons why they're doing this, man. But I mean, you can't tell nobody, a lot of people, oh, pray for Ukraine. No, that's so fake. See that us so-called black people, we need to cut it out. Let's stop being so fake, man. We need to stop being so fake and jumping on bandwagons. Why are we praying for Ukraine, dude? Pray for your neighbor, pray for your neighbor, right? They may not have enough money to pay his rent. And you see notices on his door, right? Pray for your, one of your family members or something that has illness or something like that. Pray for it. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I don't get it. Pray for the people of Flint, Michigan that still got messed up water. So we like to jump on bandwagons like trends, man. We like to jump on different little, unfortunate situations or whatever news or whatever they bring out about people. We like to jump on, you see what I'm saying? And it merely make it seem like, right? This is man, what have we had enough yet? That's my question. Nah, because we still participating, into the bullshit, man. And, just like people still going to church for the same old okie doke. Pastor, preacher, pulpit, all that, right? Pastor, preacher, pulpit, ties and stuff like that. And giving them this and that. And you're not really receiving anything. All you see on the corner of LA and places like New York is churches. That's all you see is churches. You see what I'm saying? But is any of those communities doing any better? No, right? Are they doing any better? Nah, they're not doing any better, man. What is them churches doing, man? They're taking what little money that community got, right? But then where's the wealth building at, right? For many years, a lot of us didn't listen to Claude Anderson, man, when he was talking about, keeping the dollars and stuff like that in our communities and keeping it, black owned and stuff like that. But at the same time, why would we got, Arab and stores and other people's stores in our communities that we going to, and we ain't going to, right? And it's sad. It's a sad situation, man. It's a sad situation. It really is. I mean, it's just like, damn. Who would think, right? Who would think? Who would really think and just, I don't know, man. I'm just like really just bugging out off the situation, man, and just really tripping off the fact that these prices are sky high, man, and he's talking about they going up, and I mean, what is it going to be, $10 a gallon? It's just crazy, man. And it's to the point too where some of these states got the cost of living is already crazy and high already as it is. You see what I'm saying? We're not getting no stimulus checks, right? Are we getting, so if this is the case, are we getting any extra stimulus? Well, my boy pointed this out to me the other day, right? He was like, shoot, this could be them taking their money back from when they was giving us, and I can see that, giving us stimulus checks. I could see that. I could really see that. I could see that, man. I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of people are supporting the no-fly zone put against Putin, which they don't even know that could trigger a nuclear war. That's what I'm saying, and it's just people are just so stupid. People don't know, Monel. People, we no matter what race, especially us though, we really intellectually lazy. We're not, tripping on none of. It's crazy what we do and how we do it, man. It really is. We're not really tripping off the fact that like what you just said, any of that can happen. It's really weird. But see, the thing is, when you don't know about politics, you don't know what the hell's going on, and you don't know what kind of things, political moves that they make, and how they make them and strategize off them. That's the mistake that you make, because guess what? You end up looking like a damn fool. Speaking on something that's political and speaking on some kind of political strategy or something that you don't know nothing about, or you see what I'm saying? Speaking on a situation you don't know nothing about. I'm just tired of our people. Like I be saying, I done said before. I know people gonna get offended or whatever, but I think people, especially our people, man. I mean, voting. I don't think voting matters anyway. Maybe in your local elections, maybe somewhat. If you're voting for somebody that looks like you, it matters. But if you're not voting for somebody that doesn't look like you, how does it matter? They're not going to push your agenda unless your community or whoever the case is paying them. You see what I'm saying? A big bag, man, to just be like, all right, look, this is what that's different. That's different. That's different, man. That is different. But I mean, what y'all think, man? this is an ugly situation, man. It's an ugly situation, man. It really is, man. And just like, I'm just like, how does this make any sense? You know, you put the sanctions on this, but see that don't get confused and don't get oh man, exactly. Elric, yep. Never let a disaster go to waste. Damn. That's real spit right there. That's real spit right there. You know, that's true. That is so true. And you know, and the thing is, man, that's a good one, man. That's true. And I think, you know, that's exactly what they do, man. And you know, because a lot of this stuff is staged. A lot of this stuff is you know, to basically you know, for funding, for money, for agendas. I mean, this dude, I mean, you know, it's interesting how Trump said that a while back about, I mean, it's just like there's some stuff, a lot of the stuff they know that we don't know, right? These people behind the scenes. When we think that they're beefing, we think that they hate each other, that's not the case. That's not the case, man. That's not the case, right? It's not that they hate each other at all, actually. That shit's a bunch of bullshit. That shit's a bunch of fucking bullshit. And yeah, man, so I just hope this shit, I mean, you know, who really could afford all this shit, man? You know, and the thing is, you know, people are already living paycheck to paycheck anyway, some above their means, a lot of them. And you know, the sort of thing is, so, you know, why even, you know, have to worry about something else, that extra $2, $4, right, towards gas. You know, shit, it's like, what, that shit went up, my bad, like $2, $3 now, man. That's all, that's, man, I mean, it was already, see, the thing is, gas was already high anyway out here in California, right? That's the thing, you know. This is one of the highest states anyway. You know, I remember I went to Alabama some years back. Man, that shit was like 2 something a gallon. Oh man, you just like living in a state like that, you loving it. But even 3 something, 4 something out there in states like that, for them is high, right? So I mean, I hope this is what these Biden. I mean, even though they selected the dude, you know, you know, he wasn't elected. But I hope these Biden supporters, man, and the people that voted for Biden, I hope this is what they wanted. I hope they see what they did, man. You know what I'm saying? What kind of mistake that they made, man? Because that was a really stupid decision, man. In my opinion, really stupid decision. This is like, for the most part, why would you, right? Why would you vote like that and vote for the dude? But see, the thing is, I could see, because anything to get Trump out of there, right? Get Trump out of there, anything to get him out of there. That's what they did, right? They got him out of there. But see, that was by design too, you know. And they, you know, Democrat, Republican, right? This one does a bad job in people's eyes. This one does it, obviously is doing a bad job in everybody's eyes, right? And then they're probably gonna be a Republican this next time. It's just all. I mean, I don't understand. People don't see it, man. I don't see it. I understand if y'all don't see the pattern by now. I don't understand if people don't see exactly what's going on in the psyche, you know, or whatever they're trying to plant in our psyche. I just don't understand that. I really don't get that, really. So, yeah, man, it's just a real interesting situation that we dealing with, for the most part, man. Yeah, man, for the most part, it's just like, I don't know, man. And yeah, man. So so basically, man, it's all bullshit, you know, BS. This war is a big distraction. You know, it's to shift your thoughts, shift your opinions, your belief systems, which you should never go on beliefs. You should always go on opinion and facts. Facts and truth, right? Yeah, this is basically, you know, to mold what people think, mold, you know, and to really have it to where, you know, whatever these people do, you know, the public, they're not going to really shun it. They're not really going to look down on it. But I mean, the critical thinkers know that this is a disaster, right? If you're a critical thinker, you know this is not good. If you're a critical thinker, you know that this is a bunch of BS. If you're a critical thinker, you right, you know that what the hell is this? You know that this is going to do more harm than good. So I don't know what to tell anybody, man, but I just think this is the Walking Dead, man, you know. And there's a lot of zombies around. There's a lot of zombies around. Yeah, there's a lot of zombies around, man. So Walking Dead with the zombies, right? You know, with the zombies. So yeah, for the most part, man, y'all, you know, let me know what y'all think. For the most part, man. You know, and just let me know. Yeah, man. I just think that this is just, it could get worse, man. And I just don't think, and you know, like I said, with the people shouldn't vote, a lot of people, it's like you can't feed them any of this kind of, you know, information, whether good or bad, whatever fact or fiction or whatever, TV or whatever the case is, news, propaganda. You can't feed people this kind of stuff, man, because people don't know how to act, and they act crazy when they get this kind of stuff. And that's another thing. You can't tell. I'm telling you, man. You can't tell a lot of people this type of stuff, man, because they're gonna go buck wild with it, right? They're gonna go crazy, and I mean, as far as their, you know, what you know, what they're thinking and their beliefs and stuff like that, they're gonna believe everything that the news media tell them. They're gonna believe they're not gonna believe in any kind of conspiracy involving any of these events, you know. Not gonna believe or look into any kind of gematria or numerology or any of this type of stuff, man. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell people, man. I don't really know what to tell people. I'm about to get off here though. Yeah, man. So, I mean, once again, another distraction, something else to play with our psyche and our mind, and have something to put in your subconscious mind and keep in the back of that, right? And just still kind of like ponder and you know, some more news. Because I mean, imagine these news stations, man. The ratings are through the roof. You know, wars and stuff like that. You know, you talking about stuff like this. Oh yeah, the ratings is crazy. So the ratings, I'm telling you. So Putin's not doing bad, dude. I'm telling you. You know, until the day, you know, I mean, from what they're saying, but you know, I don't know. We stopped in other countries, period. I mean, from what he was saying, talking about a ban and oil and all that, but I mean, you know, you're doing all that and you're begging other countries for oil. This stuff is all by design, man. This stuff is all planned out. And it's obvious that it's planned out too. Look how it's playing out. You know, look how it's playing out. Look at how it's playing out, man. It's playing out just like how they wanted to play out, man. You know, just like how they wanted to play out. All by design. The oil industry, we'll see. You'll see with these places, man. Right? And you know, see if they you know, they get how much of a bag they get, because they get money. That's what it's all about. They getting money. Don't ever be surprised with that. They getting money right now. These places, they getting money, man. You know, Big Pharma got like Monel said, Big Pharma got paid. Now it's now it's these industries' turn. Now it's their turn to get paid, right? That's true. That is so true. You know, it's all profiteering. It's all profiteering, man. And trust me, these news stations too, it's profit when it comes out of good ratings. That's profit too. You know, whatever agenda that they're trying to get fit or see fit at the time, man. That's what it's all about. You know. But I'm about to get off here though. I'm about to eat. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, man. You know, I already know, you know, like, subscribe, share. If you're not subscribed, hit that notification bell. So y'all know when I'm coming on live, man. So I'll do another one tomorrow. But what do y'all think, man? You know, well, y'all pretty much told me y'all thoughts. But yeah, y'all right, man. This is all by design. This is all a distraction, smoke and mirrors. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing changed. You know, they really trying to you know, history repeats itself, but I would say people repeat the history. So with that being said, they're really trying to give you something reminiscent of the Holocaust and World War II, really, in my opinion. They're really trying to do that. And every time it's a Western country, or excuse me, or anything with some Europeans involved, it's really more, they play more of the sympathy game. But when it's other countries and stuff like that, you know, the media put out there stuff like that, they don't really throw the sympathy game out there like how they do with these European countries. Is really interesting. So yeah, so like, subscribe, comment, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Monel, stay blessed, good looking out. You be spitting some knowledge, Monel. You right though. You was right on time with it, man. You was right on the money, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting. So I'm gonna bring y'all something tomorrow or something, or Friday. But yeah, so appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all could be doing so much with your time, but y'all chose to spend it with me. And yeah, you know, share it out if y'all can't share this out on your media. I'd appreciate that. And you know, y'all want to support it's $ Frank JONEZ and then 1. So Frank JONEZ and then 1. So yeah, with that being said, I appreciate it, and thanks for supporting. Eldrick, good looking out. Doc Boss, appreciate it. I'm gonna holla at y'all. You know what I'm saying? The next time, y'all take it easy. All right, have a good night.